Okay, well, we will go ahead and get started. I'd like to welcome Sahith Theegala to the interview room here at the Worldwide Technology Championship. Sahith, thanks for joining us for a few minutes. Coming the tail end of what's turned into a pretty remarkable season for you, with 8 top tens, highlighted, of course, by your win in Napa at the Fortinet Championship. Just a few opening thoughts on being here, making your first start in the event, and how you're feeling as you head into the week.
Yeah, I feel great. This is my last official event of the year, I guess. It feels weird to be saying it. It's been a long year, but a great year, like you said. And this is my first time playing Worldwide Technologies. The first year, my rookie year, I actually didn't get in on my numbers, so it's nice to have that full schedule available. And yeah, I'm glad to be here, and it worked out great. My parents are here for the week, girlfriend's here, so just a nice chill week. And I love the people out here. Are so nice. Yeah. Even after playing the Mexico Open last year, I had such a good experience there, and that was part of the reason why I came down here too.
You're coming into the week 29 in FedEx Cup, cracked the top 30 in world ranking at number 29. 31 FedEx, 29 world ranking. The decision to play here, was it a pretty easy one, just kind of given how well you're playing right now?
Yeah, I love playing. I think that's no secret. And I struggled to go long times without playing tournament golf. And after Napa, I went a full month from there to Zozo. So that felt like a long time. And I just love competing, and the fields at these events are just, everybody is so good out here that the level of golf at the top is very, very similar to some of the strongest events. And, they got a pretty nice field here this year. And yeah, it was a very easy decision to me to come down and play.
Okay, one last question, and then we'll see if anybody has questions themselves. Take you back to Napa. Obviously, quite the amazing week for you, family, friends, everybody there. How special was that win, and how has life changed, for lack of a better term, since getting that first win?
Yeah, it's been incredible. I think a big thing that, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but everyone's been so supportive of my 2-year journey on the tour so far. And I never really had the expectations of winning myself, but a lot of other people did, for sure. And to them, it was a question of when and not if. And to me, it was a question of if. So to finally prove that to myself, and just a lot of validation for the work, that was probably the sweetest part of it, just to be able to share all of that with my family and friends. But yeah, it hasn't really, the fact that I'm a PGA Tour winner and nobody could take that away from me and Carl and the rest of my team is epic. Like, just knowing that will always be there no matter what happens the rest of the way. That's awesome. But other than that, everything's been life's kind of been the same. It's been great. I'm living the dream, and obviously, but there's very few times, again, where you're happy in the sport, and I was just like truly, truly happy and let myself kind of soak in the win for a couple weeks there. But yeah, life's great. I've been living my dream for a very long time now. So yeah, all good.
Yeah, well said. We'll take a few questions. We'll start right here.
Sorry, I was saying, it looks like you like coming to Mexico, and you've been to Mexico Open, you're here. Kind of your favorite things about being here, and kind of your first impression of Los Cabos.
Yeah. So this is my first time in Los Cabos, Cabo. I've never went on we always played golf during spring break stuff, so we never came out here. But yeah, I love it. One of my mom's best friends, still one of my mom's best friends growing up, she's from Mexico, so I was familiar with kind of the culture from a young age, and she would go back and forth. And I met, spending a lot of time with her and her family. They're just some of the nicest people ever, and they just work hard, play hard kind of thing. They work, really hard, and I feel like there's similar cultural similarities between that and Indian culture, but also play hard. You put in the work so that you can enjoy time with your friends and family, and I got a good sense of that when I was young, And last year when I came to the Mexico Open, I couldn't believe how many fans were out there. You know, I thought Puerto Vallarta, there wouldn't be too many people out there or anything, but the fans were great. They really supported me a lot. I know a couple of my buddies that I played back in university in the States. Specifically, I was thinking of Alvaro Ortiz. I know he had an awesome week last year at the tournament, and but yeah, I just couldn't believe how great the fans were, and yeah, I just wanted to come back. And I love the food. I love Mexican food. I don't know how real of Mexican food I'm eating at the resort necessarily, but we're gonna go into the city today and see what we can get into. But yeah, it's just good vibes all around. So first impression has been awesome, and I'm just going to enjoy the rest of the week too.
So about the golf course, and I mean, your first impressions too, but also the fact that it's a Tiger Woods design.
Yeah.
That it makes you like pay more attention and like
Yeah.
be more curious about things.
Yeah, the first thing I think of when it's a Tiger Woods design is that you kind of know that the fairways are going to be wide, which I love. Driving accuracy, I think it's been well documented as the worst stat of my game. So having open fairways is really nice for me. I can kind of use my creativity to shape it into the holes and stuff. But my first impression of golf course is I really like it. It's very hilly, no flat lies, a bunch of slopes that you can use to funnel into the greens. Anywhere from wedges on the par fours to I hit a couple 4-irons today. The wind was a little opposite in the morning today, and there were some really tough par fours on the front. Specifically, 4 and 8, I think, were playing really long. But there's plenty of scoring holes as well. And I think Tiger was talking about how he just likes to make people think on the golf course. And the back 9 out here is just all strategy. I mean, there's very few drivers, a lot of placement. You need to have good angles, or else you know, these little cacti come into play, and the way the arroyos and the desert is around the greens. So it's a nice blend of kind of tactical, strategic golf, and then also just, you know, putting yourself in the right spots, because I think there's going to be some really low scores out here.
So, and my last thing is, as Doug was saying, it's been a big year for you. I mean, 2023, you played the majors, you've been exposed to a lot of big things and new things. So kind of what have you learned from this year, and what do you look forward to in 2024?
Yeah, I had an awesome year, and it's moved really, really fast. I think that happened to me my first year too. My rookie year just went boom, the year's done. But this year, having a full schedule and playing all the majors, like you said, and playing more, just having more exposure with the, you know, guys that are top 10, top 20 in the world. Whether or not I'm trying to go out of my way to learn a few things from them, I'm not really sure I can say that, but just I'm able to pick up things subconsciously from them just by, you know, watching how they play the game a little bit, and whether it be discussions with their caddy or strategy, or I'll ask them a question about how their first few years on tour were and what they would do different, or what they did that was great. Just like little stuff like that, I feel like I'm always learning, which is a great thing about the sport. And a lot of the guys have been super nice to me in that they've been open about sharing information and that kind of stuff. So I think I'm always a very curious person, and I'm curious to see how people go about their way, especially in a sport where everyone does seemingly everything different. So yeah, I just like picking those top guys' brains and playing with them more and more, and also just putting in the work and seeing if I can kind of join that fray of those guys. So but yeah, playing in the majors and some of the big events is, no matter what anybody says, it's a different feel for sure. It's a different feel. Just means more, and you can feel it during the week. So that's what I'm most excited about again this next year, is just to play in events like the Masters and Players, and just try and get in contention again.
It's the most scaring shot in this golf course?
Yeah, there's a couple on the back 9. I would say 16, the par 3. There's a front section of the green where it's like 15 feet wide, and there's a backstop, but if you miss the backstop, it's impossible to stop it coming forward. And it's almost like an island little piece. There's hazard short right, there's hazard right, short and left and long. You only have like a little sliver long right of the hole to hit it safe. So that's a scary shot. It's a wedge though, so I'm sure you'll see a ton of shots close and a ton of shots in the hazard. That's a shot where you kind of just want to get it over with, I think. But if the wind stays down, it won't be too scary. But there's a lot of tee shots on the back nine. Specifically 12 through 14, I think, are the three. They're pretty wide. They're probably 50, 60 yards wide. But if you miss the fairway, it's just lost ball into the junk. So just kind of getting those 3 tee shots in play and then finding the surface on 16. Those are the scariest shots for me.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, well, easy enough. So I think we appreciate your time as always, and certainly wish you the best of luck this week.
Thanks, Doug.
Thank you.